Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Howard Lake Field on the campus of Chattahoochee Valley Community College. As we're having a little bit of a delay as Andrew College, the Tigers, taking on the CVCC Pirates. It'll be just one game today. It'll be 9 innings. We'll have this start of the game pretty soon. Brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Chattahoochee Valley Community College, Kinetic Credit Union, and Zaxby's and Alabama Power.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi.
CVCC got my vote all day long.
Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
And a good afternoon, everybody out there. Welcome to Howard Lake Field, the campus of Chattahoochee Valley Community College. We have got a game for you this afternoon. The Tigers from Andrew College taking on the Pirates from Chattahoochee Valley Community Colleges. The umpires have made it just in time, and there's Ryan McGorkle, who's driving the gator. Get the umpires here on time. It's Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. We're ready for some CVCC baseball. Pirates come in with a 15-26 record, currently a 5-game losing streak. They are 7-9 at home. As the regular season getting ready to wind down, they got Lawson State for a home-and-home, Northwest Shoals, and then they will close out the regular season with a 4-game series with Sneed State. Meanwhile, Andrew College out of Cuthbert, Georgia, comes in with a 28-18 record, 10-12 in the conference. And the starting pitcher for the visiting Tigers is Nicholas Sloan, and he is going to be taking on Justin Velos as we are moments away. And here's a look at your starting lineups. Leading off and playing center field is Al Nassau. Batting second, playing left field, is Zach Bowman. Batting third and playing first base is Jack Quick. The cleanup hitter and the DH, Luke Turner. Batting fifth and playing third base is Patrick Crosby. Batting sixth and behind the plate is Braden Simmons. Batting seventh and playing second base, Charlie Kapp. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Andon Gray. And batting ninth in right field is Gage Fullerton. The CVCC Pirates getting ready to take the field over there at third base. We've got... Normally we see Trey Fulmer there, but we've got a brand new third baseman over there. How about that? It's Caden Collier. Drew Jolly over at short. Over at second base, we got Noah Jones. And the first baseman is Zach Jean-Pierre. I notice no Josh McDonald in the lineup for CVCC. And we also got Landon Tyler over in right. Harrison Long patrolling center field. Trey Fulmer is moved out to left field. And Silas Mason behind the plate. So several key players not playing in this game, including Jack Bryson, Josh McDonald. I've been told that Jack is actually hurt, but hopefully he'll be back in time for the last couple of games for the regular season. But we got Justin Velos on the mound for the Pirates. Normally he's in right field, the former Northside Patriot and Chattahoochee Monster. Trying to get some stats on Velos. We're ready to start this one off. Al Nassau is going to come up to the plate for the Tigers. He is batting .403. He's got 38 runs batted in with 6 home runs. And he is facing Justin Velos, underway to get this game started. And the first pitch to Nassau in the dirt for ball one. We are glad that you are joining us here on this Tuesday afternoon. The 1-0 right down Broad Street. It's 1-1. Velos, the lefty, fires the 1-1 pitch, and that is fouled away for a 1-2 count. Velos is ahead in the count. CVCC, a 5-game losing streak. They dropped all 4 games this past region. There's the 1-2, fastball in the dirt, and it is 2-2. At a Gadsden State. There's the 2-2. And that is outside, running the count full. Velos, the payoff pitch. And that is a ground ball right to the third baseman. Throw to first in time for the out. So one away here. Zach Bowman going to come up to the plate. Bowman has got 31 RBIs on the season. And Velo starts him off with a strike. The 0-1, swing and a miss. And Bowman was chasing something out of the strike zone. Velos delivers, fires the 0-2 pitch, and got him on a changeup. It's strike 3. So quickly 2 away here in the first, and Jack Quick going to step up to the plate here with the bases empty and 2 outs. Quick batting .420 on the season. He's got 15 home runs and 76 RBIs for the Tigers out of Andrew College. Velos delivers the 1-0, and there's a fastball, swung on a miss. It's 1-1. We are underway here at CVCC, first inning. There's the 1-1, low for a ball. We had about a 35-minute delay in this game. And the 2-1, high and away for a ball 3. We will have just one game today. We got one game Friday, one game Saturday, both against Lawson State. That is high, ball 4, and a 2-out walk issued to Jack Quick. And now Luke Turner, the DH, coming up for the Tigers. Turner batting .428 with 11 home runs and 55 RBIs. Runner at first base. Velos from the stretch. And the first pitch to Turner is a fastball that is low for ball 1. Velos working from the stretch. Fires away the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Patrick Crosby on deck. Velos throws it back over to first. And the 1-1. There's a little ground ball. It's going to be a tough play. Velos, he's not going to be able to make a play. That's going to be a base hit for Turner. So 2 runners aboard here in the first. And Patrick Crosby coming up to the plate. Andrew College out of Cuthbert, which is down in Randolph County in the southwest part of Georgia. One of the high schools down there is actually just located in the outskirts of the Chattahoochee Valley, Randolph Clay. There's a first pitch to Patrick Crosby, fouled away into the forest area over there. And if a lucky fan wants to go over there and grab a souvenir, good luck, because there's a lot of baseballs down there that hidden in the bushes, in the trees, that probably got some mud puddles. I'm wondering if somebody goes down there and shags a bunch of foul balls. I'm sure they'd find hundreds of baseballs down there. Velos, 2 runners aboard. The 0-1. That's inside, evening the count of 1-1. Velos from the stretch. The 1-1 to Crosby. Swing and a miss. It's a good cut by Crosby. Now he's behind in the count, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners at first and second here in the top of the first. Velos the 1-2. Check swing. Got him. That is strike 3. Well, Andrew College strands 2 runners here in the first. CVCC coming up to bat after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Welcome back here to the campus of CVCC, bottom of the first inning. And here's the starting lineup for the Pirates. Leading things off and playing left field is Harrison Long, batting second, playing shortstop. Drew Jolly, batting third and playing first base is Zach John Pierre. Cleanup hitter and playing left field, Trey Fulmer. Batting fifth, the DH and pitcher, Justin Velos. And batting 6th, Noah Jones playing second base. Landon Tyler batting 7th. Caden Collier 8th. Silas Mason 9th. On the mound is Nicholas Sloan for Andrew College. We try to get some stats on Sloan. He's got a 1-1 count against Harrison Long. As we are here in the bottom of the first inning. Harrison Long, the Opelika Bulldog, leading things off today. Usually is number 2 in the lineup behind Justin Velos. Coach Vic has moved Velos into the 5-hole. Sloan from the stretch, the 1-2. Change up, got him on the outside corner, strike 3. Great location there by Sloan to rein up Harrison Long for out number 1. And now Drew Jolly. Jolly's going to step up to the plate. Sloan. Pitches low for a ball. Here's the 1-0. High and in tight for ball 2. Sloan. The 2-0 to Jolly is outside for ball 3. So Drew Jolly faced with a 3-0 count. Probably not going to swing at this next pitch. May take a couple of strikes here. Waiting for Sloan to try to throw a strike. Here's the 3-0. That's right down the middle. It's 3-1. A different lineup that we've seen as Jack Bryson is injured. Josh McDonald, I think he's just resting. I'm not sure if he's injured. There's the 3-1, low, ball 4. First base runner for CVCC, it's Drew Jolly. And now Zach John Pierre. Saw him hit a home run last time we were on the broadcast last week against Gadsden State. And the former Bocelli Viking comes into the batter's box with Jolly over at first. And takes the ball high. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We are live here at Howard Lake Field. Runner goes. That's low, ball 2. There's the throw, and that's going to be a stolen base for Jolly. And Jolly is going to go ahead and take off for 3. He's got 2 stolen bases there on that sequence. It's a good job there. And now he is at third, and a ground ball is more than likely going to score a run or a fly ball deep into the outfield. Sloan, the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The 2-1. High, towering fly ball. Nizah is going to make the catch, and Jolly's tagging. There's the throw, and it's not going to be in time. CVCC is on the board first. They lead 1-0. A sac fly for Zach Jean-Pierre. So base is empty and 2 outs. And now the leading home run leader for the CVCC Pirates, Trey Fulmer, who's going to come up to the plate. He's got 10 home runs on the season. And that's going to be low for a ball. Sloan fouled away, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that's in there for strike two. Here's the 1-2, and there's a ground ball right to the third baseman. Crosby over to first for the out, but CVCC gets a run. We played one here at Howard Lake Field. The Pirates leading the Tigers 1-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hey, grab me one too.
Top of the second inning, CVCC leading Andrew College 1-0. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. And Braden Simmons is going to lead things off for the Tigers. Simmons batting .296, 6 home runs, 37 runs batted in. The first pitch from Velos is high for a ball. And the 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Got a pretty busy schedule today on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Brookstone Calvary, 7:30 start time. We've got Harris County Stars Mill. That will be at 6. You can catch those games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Velos delivers the 1-2-1. That's line to left. And that's going to be all the way to the fence. And Simmons is around in second, and he's got himself a stand-up double. So Andrew College in business here in the second. And here comes from the stretch, the 1-0. Fastball that's in there for a strike one. It's a 1-1 count to Cap. Tying run aboard here in the second. That's high for a ball. Just outside the strike zone. It's 2-1. Wind starting to pick up. Just like it's just, you tell the flags it's blowing towards left field. But it's a circular wind. Here's the 2-1, and that's high for a ball. So we're playing one game today. It'll be 9 innings. In fact, they won't have a double header until they have to play Snead State on the 1st and 3rd of May, as that is inside ball 4. So quickly, 2 runners aboard here in the second. And Andon Gray is going to step into the batter's box for Andrew College. Gray batting .295, no home runs, 29 RBIs. Velos, first pitch to Gray. Showing bunt, pulls back, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Pirates just hoping for a double play, but they'll take any force at any base. Leading 1-0 here in the top of the second. Trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Velos checks the runner and steps off. Playing a little cat and mouse game as Drew Jolly just trying to hold Simmons at second. And Velos, the 0-1, and that is a bunt attempt. Charging the line was Jean-Pierre. That's going to be a ball, 1-1. I wonder if Gray lays down the bunt, would you try to go for a play at third? Especially with Jean-Pierre charging the line. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be bunted foul. And this might be a wasted opportunity for Gray, because do you bunt with 2 strikes? Because now you have got to lay down this bunt. Otherwise, it will be an out. Let's see if Gray does just that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Velos from the stretch. And the pitch. Low and in the dirt. And a good stop there by Silas Mason. It's 2-2. Wind is really starting to pick up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Velos, the pitch. Pop up right to the shortstop. Jolly's going to make the catch. So there's 1 out. And that was a big out for CVCC because the runners staying put. Gray was really forced to swing away on a 2-2 pitch. And now Gage Fullerton is going to step up to the plate for the Tigers. Fullerton batting .345, no home runs, 29 RBIs. That's inside for a ball. Then he'll be back to the top of the order for Andrew College out of Cuthbert, Georgia. And there's a ground ball to Jolly for 1. Over to first. Double play. And CVCC, the tailor-made 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And Andrew College strands 2. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 is your score. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Bottom of the second inning, Justin Velos leading things off against Nicholas Sloan. Sloan starts him out, ball one. The 1-0, there's a ground ball that is going to be into right field for a leadoff single for Velos. He just found the hole, took a 1-0 pitch, and drove it into right field. And so Velos is aboard. And now coming to the plate is Noah Jones. And Velos has already taken off, and there's a drive to left center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. And Velos over at third. We got runners at the corners for CVCC. Noah Jones with a single and back-to-back hits for CVCC. Now here comes Landon Tyler. No outs, runners at the corners. Sloan's first pitch to Tyler. There's a ground ball right to Sloan. Checks the runner at third. He's going to throw to first. And that will advance the runner over in scoring position. But most importantly for Andrew College, that they do not allow a run. So a good job by Sloan to check the runner at third. It's going to be 1-3 on the putout, and now Caden Collier coming up to the plate for the Pirates with runners in scoring position and one out. Now we know how important Velos going to third. It broke up the double play. There's a shallow fly ball in right. Chasing on it and making the shoestring catch is the right fielder, Gage Fullerton, and then the throw. And now he's got a runner in a rundown. And Jones gets tagged out between third and second. So CVCC with a golden opportunity, runners at the corners and no outs, and could not get anything. We played two. Andrew College coming up to bat. CVCC leads 1-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back here to Howard Lake Field on the campus of Chattahoochee Valley Community College in beautiful Phenix City, Alabama. CVCC leads Andrew College 1-0. On the mound is Brody Dixon as he takes over here in the third in relief for Justin Velos. I think that this is a non-region game. I think that this is going to be just a bullpen game, just getting some of these pitchers some quality innings. Al Nassau is stepping up to the plate, leading things off for the Tigers. 0 for 1 with a ground out. And there's a changeup by Dixon, swung on a miss for strike one. Dixon, the 0-1. There's a high drive, deep left center, and that's going to be a base hit to the wall. Nassau is going to make the hard turn, and he's got himself a leadoff double. What a way to start things off here in the third for Andrew College. And the tying run is aboard. And now Zach Bowman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. What if he tries to bunt him over? Could be a possibility. Dixon, and the runner goes. There's a throw down over to third, and that's going to be a stolen base for Nassau. He had a good jump, too. And now Andrew College, tying run 90 feet away. CVCC had a golden opportunity to put on more runs in the board in the second inning. Runners at the corners and nobody out, and could not get anybody across. As that is ball two. Dixon's 2-0 pitch, high, ball three. And now it is a 3-0 count to Zach Bowman. Jack Quick, the number 3 hitter, on deck. Dixon's 3-0. And that is a 4-pitch walk issued to Bowman. And the Tigers have runners at the corners. And now Jack Quick, who walked in the first inning, was left on base. First pitch to Quick is swung on a miss on a changeup, and it is 0-1. At this point, CVCC would trade a double play for a run. Runner goes, and trying to break up the double play was Andrew College, and that's going to be fouled away. As Jack Quick trying to apply the hit and run. Bowman was taken off on the pitch. Sometimes that does pay off because the second baseman is forced to cover the bag, and it just leaves a wide open hole. I wonder if they practiced that on the hit and run. But the downside is, what if you catch it on a line drive? As that is low for a ball, 1-2. We're here in the top of the third inning. CVCC up 1-0. Dixon, the 1-2. Got him swinging, strike three. Yeah, he put something on that one. Had Quick fooled on that pitch. So with one away, Luke Turner is going to come up to the plate. Turner 1 for 1 in the game. He had that infield single in the first. Here's a changeup, and that makes the strike zone there on the inside, 0-1. And a throw back to first base. Nassau is he's going to be dancing over at third, just trying to tie this ball game. Dixon, the 0-1. Got him on a changeup, 0-2. Great pitch by Brody Dixon. Cuthbert about a got him! Swing in, strike three. 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brody Dixon. And now Patrick Crosby trying to tie this game here in the third. Nassau started this inning with a leadoff double. Dixon, runner goes. That's in there for a strike. And a stolen base by Bowman, and it breaks up the double. Well, it breaks up the force at second. There are 2 outs. The 0-1. Just missed. And it is 1-1. Braden Simmons on deck. Andrew College has stranded 4 base runners already, but have not manufactured any runs. Dixon, the 1-1. And that curve breaks into the strike zone. It's 1-2. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Live at CVCC. We only got a couple more games left in the regular season. Here's the 1-2. Fastball. Got him, strike three. And Brody Dixon strikes out the side to end the inning, and that is 6 runners left on base for Andrew College, and they have not scored a run. We go to the bottom of the third. CVCC holding on to a 1-0 lead over Andrew College. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the ambassador scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. My favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university. They actually take the time out for each student.
And we are back here at CVCC. The Pirates holding on to a 1-0 lead over Andrew College. The only run scored was a sac fly by Zach John Pierre to score Drew Jolly. We got the catcher Silas Mason leading things off, and it's back to the top of the lineup for the Pirates. Nicholas Sloan, the first pitch to Mason is outside for a ball. Sloan's 1-0. High ball 2. Pirates trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. They will play Lawson State for a doubleheader Friday and Saturday. And then wrapping up the season against Snead State. There's a high drive, deep, but underneath it. And making the catch is Bowman for out number 1. So Mason flies out to the left fielder, and now Harrison Long, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Sloan's first pitch to Long is right down the middle, 0-1. Sloan, the 0-1. Change up, and did Long go around? Yes, he did. It's 0-2. Sloan's 0-2 pitch. And that was a changeup, but it's spoiled off, fouled away by Long. So a different lineup today for Coach Vic. No Josh McDonald, no Jack Bryson. Sloan's 0-2. And that is in the dirt, and a good stop there by Simmons. It is 1-2. And when you don't have runners on base, it's not going to really matter, but sometimes you got to do that just so you can get ready for those wild pitches. And Simmons did a good job blocking that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch to Long, and got him. Strike 3 as Long swung at something out of the strike zone. So 2 away here, and Drew Jolly, who walked, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored. Jolly out of Prattville High School. Showing bunt, pulls back, and that's going to be ball 1. Sloan, the 1-0. And that is fouled back into the trees. It's 1-1. We had the softball team that was practicing earlier today. And the last time we were here Thursday, we had just an extraordinary doubleheader of softball and baseball going on simultaneously. There's the 1-1. And that's in there for strike 2. So Sloan is ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Drew Jolly. There's the 1-2. And that is low and away. And now deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sloan, the 2-2. Fouled away. Jolly just staying alive, just getting anything close in the strike zone. Sloan from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. There's a changeup that a good job by Jolly laying off it. That runs the count full. A very patient at bat by Drew Jolly. Got a busy baseball day as the Cleanstones home opener. 7:05 first pitch, Synovus Park against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. There's the payoff pitch to Jolly, and that's foul back. Braves got the 8-4 victory over Toronto last night. They'll take on the Toronto Blue Jays later tonight. We've got the play-in game between the Hawks and the Magic for the number 7 seed to get to play the Boston Celtics. Busy sports night around Georgia. That pitch is outside, ball 4. 2-out walk issued to Drew Jolly. He's aboard twice so far with his 2nd walk. And here comes Zach John Pierre, who does not have official at bat. He's got a sac fly with an RBI. So Nicholas Sloan now working from the stretch. And the throw back is Drew Jolly just trying to stay honest. Slow, first pitch. Jean-Pierre is high and away. Sloan from the stretch. The 1-0. And that is ball 2. We're here in the bottom of the 3rd. CVCC leading 1-0 over Andrew College, who has left 6 runners on base. They have threatened in every single inning. But Brody Dixon, coming in relief, was able to strike out the side. Andrew College had 2 runners aboard and no outs. In fact, they've had that twice so far in this game. They had 2 runners on and no outs in the 2nd inning, and they grounded into a double play. There's the pitch, and that's in there for strike 1. Sloan behind in the count, 2-1. To the first baseman, Zach John Pierre, who's playing over there in place of Josh McDonald today. Jean-Pierre is usually the designated hitter. It's a 2-1 count, 2 away. Sloan fires to the plate, and there's a pop-up. Not going to be playable, I don't think. And the first baseman, Jack Quick, ran out of real estate over on that dugout. He tried to leap up to try to make the catch, but it hit the top of the roof of the dugout. But sometimes you just got to watch yourself to make sure that you know exactly where you're going, that self-awareness. So a good job just balancing himself to make sure he didn't run into a wall. It's a 2-2 count now to Jean-Pierre. Runner goes. That's in the dirt. It gets by the catcher, and that's going to be a stolen base. And here comes Drew Jolly. And how about this stat? 4 stolen bases in the game. And it's now a 3-2 count to Jean-Pierre. And I think with first base open, I'm not sure if Sloan is going to give him something to hit. He might just try to not intentionally walk him, but maybe work around the strike zone. Or does he go after Jean-Pierre? Here's the payoff pitch to Jean-Pierre, and that is popped up and fouled. So that's exactly what Sloan did. He went after Jean-Pierre, and now it's still a 3-2 count. Trey Fulmer on deck. Sloan working from the stretch. The payoff pitch to Jean-Pierre. There's a ground ball right to the first baseman. Scooping up and tagging the bag is quick for the out. So CVCC strands a runner at third. We played 3. The Pirates leading the Tigers 1-0. We're back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the 2 here in Phenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
Top of the 4th inning, and the new pitcher on the mound for CVCC is Noah Ray. And that's going to be an out as Braden Simmons fouls out to the first baseman for 1 away. So this is the 3rd pitcher used today. As we kind of expected this was going to be a bullpen session. Now Charlie Cap. Cap does not have official at bat. He walked in the second. The 1-0 is in there for a strike as the wind really starting to pick up. Ray, the 1-1 swing and a miss. One ball and two strikes. And the pitch, there's a ground ball right to the third baseman. The throw to first in time for the out. Caden Collier throws across his body to get the second out. Let's go 5-3 on the put out. And now Andon Gray, who popped out into the infield his first time up. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. Ray from the stretch, the 1-0. High ball 2. And that pitch is in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Two-one count in there for strike 2. Deuce is wild. 2-2-2. Utah, give me 2. Rays, a 2-2 pitch. Popped up, infield. Jean-Pierre camps underneath it and says, I got it. 3 up, 3 down inning for Noah Ray and the CVCC Pirates. We go to the bottom of the third. Chattahoochee Valley leading 1-0 over Andrew College. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Bottom of the fourth inning here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. CVCC up 1-0. Trey Fulmer going to lead things off, followed by Justin Velos, and then Noah Jones. Got a busy slate of games around the Chattahoochee Valley when it comes to high school baseball. Jordan is hosting Carver for senior night. Columbus is actually on the road taking on Spencer. We got Shaw on the road taking on Kendrick. Northside's on the road taking on Central of Carrollton for a doubleheader. And then the 2 games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Harris County hosting Stars Mill. Brookstone on the road taking on Calvary Christian. As Trey Fulmer leading things off. And we got some company here on the broadcast as we got a little lizard that went right across the little but look, Geico is not a presenting sponsor, so that is not something that I am going to promote here on this broadcast. But yes, we did have a lizard sighting. It's a 2-0 count to Trey Fulmer. Swing and a miss. It is 2-1. I mean, we've got some great insurance companies that I just want to plug those in. State Farm, Carroll Purdue, Alex Quinney Allstate, Terry Johnson Agency. So that was just a sign for me to go ahead and plug those insurance companies. It's a 3-1 count. To Trey Fulmer, leading things off here in the bottom of the fourth. That's low ball 4. A leadoff walk issued to Fulmer, and here comes Justin Velos, who is 1 for 1 with a single. Sloan is going to throw back, and Fulmer diving back to the bag. And the pitch to Velos is in there for a strike. And the throw back to first. Sloan, the stretch, the 1-0. High pop-up, shallow center, but underneath it and making the catch is Gray for out number 1. Gray just had to backpedal into shallow center to get that one. And now Noah Jones, 1 for 1 with a single. Andrew College, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. CVCC, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Jones showing bunt and bunts one foul. Coach Vic going with a little bit of a different lineup. Had to do some shuffling because of injuries. But no Jack Bryson, no Josh McDonald. No Travis Sauter. We had Harrison Law move over to center. Sauter normally is a center fielder. Velos normally playing right. Trey Fulmer goes from third to left. And it's good to have good utility players. As that swung on a miss, it's 0-2 to Noah Jones. I know there's nothing more valuable than a great utility hitter. I know the Braves had Omar Infante back in the early 2010s. He was very valuable. You could play him anywhere. The 0-2, and that is popped up. Gavin Lux for the Dodgers, another great utility player. You know, you talk about can play any position on the field. That's exactly what a utility player can be very valuable for you, coming in and just playing anywhere. Sloan, the 0-2. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Sloan, the pitch. That's in the dirt. It gets by the catcher, and that's going to be a stolen base. So CVCC's got runner in scoring position with 1 out. Sloan, the 2-2. There's a ground ball. Right to Cap. Throw to first. And that will be out number 2. And advance it over to third is going to be Fulmer. So Noah Jones grounds out for 3 on the putout. And now Landon Tyler is going to come up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher. As that wind is just really starting to pick up. First pitch to Tyler is low, and here comes Fulmer charging the line. Fulmer's just going to dive back to the bag. He's hoping he'd try to have a chance. It is 1-0. And that's going to be fouled back. And that wind is actually blowing toward the outfield now. Sloan's 1-1. There's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Gray, throw to first, in time for the out. And CVCC strands a runner on third. We played 4. Pirates leading 1-0 over Andrew College. Back after this on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Take your pick of a massive selection of brand new GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV featuring safety, technology, and performance, discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Top of the 5th inning. Gage Fullerton leading things off. Last time he was up, he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the second. That first pitch is ball 1. And the 1-0. There's a ground ball. That's going to be foul. And it's a 1-1 count. New pitcher on the mound is J.D. McArdle. Here's a pitch that's low in the dirt. It's 2-1. McArdle from the stretch. And the 2-1 pitch. Right down the middle. That's strike two. McArdle's pitch is slowing in the dirt, and it runs the count full. Back to the top of the order for Andrew College. The Tigers out of Cuthbert, Georgia, which is about an hour south of Columbus. Here's the payoff pitch, line to right, but right at it and making the catch is Landon Tyler for out number one. Tyler just right place, right time. And now back to the top of the order. Al Nassau. 1 for 2 today, a double and a stolen base, but he was stranded at third with no outs and could not get across. In fact, Andrew College has stranded 6 runners on base and no runs to show for it. And that's ball one. McArdle, the 1-0, high ball 2. Here's the 2-0. It is inside ball 3. The 3-0, right down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1. So Andrew College, located in Randolph County, also the home of Randolph Clay. There's the 3-1, and that is low, ball 4. Second time on base for Nassau. And now Zach Bowman. 0 for 1. He's got a walk and a strikeout and a stolen base. And hang on a second. They're calling that one strike 2. So we're gonna start this off again. I was ready to say he was a walk, and now that's finally going to be a walk. The umpire actually called a late strike, had Nassau come back, and now that's a walk. So Zach Bowman is going to come up to the plate. Top of the 5th inning, CVCC leading Andrew College 1-0. Looks like this is a bullpen game for Coach Vic. This is the 4th pitcher that CVCC has thrown. Justin Velo started the game, pitched 2 innings. We had Brody Dixon pitch an inning. Noah Ray pitched last inning, and now JT McArdle is out there. That's popped up. Playable. Jolly calls everybody off and makes the catch for out number 2. In fact, Jolly just had to just let Collier know, I got this one. I got it. 2 away. And now Jack Quick. 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. McArdle, first pitch to Quick is low for a ball. And McGirdle throws back to first. It's a 1-0 count to Quick. Runner goes. Good stop by Mason. That's going to be ball 2. That's going to be a stolen base for Nassau. It's second stolen base of the game. And now the tying run moves over into scoring position. This is the 7th base runner on base for Andrew College. They have yet to get a run. 2 times they've had 2 runners aboard and no outs. McGirdle, the pitch, that's away, ball 3. Now JT McGirdle is just going to give him something to hit. He's got to pound the zone here, 3-0. First base is open, but you got 2 outs. Here's a 3-0. Change up in there for strike 1. Andrew College trying to get a 2-out rally going here in the 5th. McGirdle from the stretch. Checks Nassau at second, fires to the plate, high, ball 4. So 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. Second time that Quick has reached base. And now Luke Turner, 1 for 2 in the game. Single and a strikeout. Another stolen base for Al Nassau as he stole third on that pitch. So Andrew College with runners at the corners. Runner goes. And there's not going to be a throw down, and that will be a strike. It's 0-1, but runners are now in scoring position. So the go-ahead run is at second. McGirdle, the 0-1. That's in there, strike 2. What a pitch. McGirdle ahead in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 to Turner. Change up, got him, strike 3. What a pitch, and again, 8 runners left on base for Andrew College. And CVCC leads 1-0. To the bottom of the 5th we go here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Take your pick of a massive selection of brand new GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,250 off. New GMC Terrains, the popular SUV featuring safety, technology, and performance, discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
And we are back here, bottom of the 5th inning. Caden Collier leading things off for CVCC. Currently up 1-0. That one run came in the first inning on a sac fly by Zach John Pierre, and that's the only run we have had so far in this game. It's a 2-0 count to Collier. Later tonight on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we've got Harris County Stars Mill and Brookstone Calvary. Sloan, the 2-0, high and upstairs for ball 3. Tomorrow we got Pacelli and Chatco for a senior night for St. Anne Pacelli. That pitch is outside, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk issued to Cade Collier. And now Silas Mason and Sloan throws that one back to first. Just a couple of practice throws over there. Sloan, Mason, bunts one foul. Silas trying to get Collier over to second for the top of the order, which will be coming up shortly. Got CVCC baseball and softball this Saturday. Got CVCC taking on Lawson State for a doubleheader. Sloan, Mason, showing bunt, pulls back, it's strike 2. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're live here at Howard Lake Field, the campus of CVCC. In fact, the greatest CVCC Pirates player has got his number retired over there in left center. Huddy, Tim Hudson, number 18. In fact, he is throwing out the first pitch today for the Columbus Cleanstones. Mason shows bunt, lays down a beauty, and he gets the job done. He gets a bunt down on an 0-2 count to sacrifice Collier over at second. Gets the job done, and now Harrison Long, who yet to get a hit yet. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he's got a golden opportunity to give CVCC some insurance runs here in the 5th. Sloan checks Collier. First pitch is high for a ball. And we've got the coach coming out. He's having a little chat with Sloan. And I think that's going to be all for Nicholas Sloan. We'll step aside. We'll get a new pitcher coming up for Andrew College. CVCC leading 1-0. We'll be back after this. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, CVCC strands 2 runners. They now lead 2-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Top of the 6th inning, new pitcher on the mound for CVCC is the former Central Red Devil, Hunter Whippert. And starts Patrick Crosby off with a ball, 1-0. Crosby 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And that's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Whippert, 1-1. High ball 2. That's lined to the right for a base hit. A leadoff single by Patrick Crosby to start the 6th. And now Braden Simmons, 1 for 2 with a double and popped up. Whippert, first pitch. That's a changeup that's in there for a strike, 0-1. And a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. It's an 0-2 count. Whippert delivers. Low ball 1. Live here from Howard Lake Field, top of the 6th inning. And that is going to be off the end of the bat. Whippert underhands it to first for out number 1. It's going to move the runner over to second, and that run is going to go over in scoring position. And that will bring to the plate Charlie Cap. 0 for 1. First pitch of Cap, line to left, fouled. 0-1. You're live here on the campus of CVCC. CVCC leads 2-0 here at top of the 6th. And the pitch, that's low in the dirt. Ball 1. Whippert with a 1-1 count. And the pitch in the dirt. It gets by Mason. Runner makes the hard charge around third, and Crosby 90 feet away from cutting into this lead. We got the wind picking up. Whippert, 2-1. Low ball 3. Whippert from the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. And that's outside, ball 4. So runners at the corners. And Andon Gray is going to come up to the plate, represents the go-ahead run. Runner goes. There's a throw down. And Jolly's going to cut off the throw to make sure that Crosby does not score. Well, the story of this game is Andrew College has left 8 runners on base. And this is 10 runners now that they have had in this game, yet to score a run. It's a 1-0 to Gray. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-0. Whippert, the 2-0. That's low ball 3. .30 is high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So back-to-back walks issued here in the 6th, and now Gage Fullerton. Bases loaded. First pitch to Fuller. Well, Whippert is low for a ball. is low for a ball. And that is fouled away. It's 1-1. Whippert, the 1-1. That's lined to the left. A base hit. 1 run scores. All right. Welcome back here to CVCC. It's a 2-2 ball game, and the new pitcher on the mound is Kirk Stenstrom. Stensrud facing the leadoff hitter, Al Nassar. And he's behind in the count, 2-0. And he sidearms a pitch that takes for strike one. The 2-1. It's in there for strike two. 2-2. There's a throw back over to second. Andrew College has put up 2 runs here in the 6th. And a 2 RBI single by Gage Fullerton, the number 9 hitter. Stensrud, the 2-2 pitch outside, runs the count full. The 5th pitcher used in this game for CVCC. Correction, 6th pitcher. 6th. Payoff pitch. Low ball 4, and the bases are loaded. It's the 3rd time today that Nassau is aboard, and now Zach Bowman, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. CVCC just hoping for a double play. And that's right in there for a strike, 0-1. Stensrud. The 0-1. And that's popped foul. From the stretch, the 0-2. got him swinging for strike 3, a big strikeout. 2 away. Batter. Quick, struck out, 2 walks. First pitch to Quick, low and in the dirt. Top of the 6th inning, it's a 2-2 score here at Howard Lake Field. Stensrud, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Kirk Stensrud, the 6'2 sophomore. Big shout out to Ryan McGorkle, who's the team manager, set this up, and the 1-1 that's low and in the dirt. It's 2-1. Really been a huge supporter of ours on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Known Ryan for a very long time. Used to just be around the community, former Glenwood Gator. The 2-1, that's line to right. And trucking in on it and going back, and did he make the catch? Yes, he did! What a catch! Unbelievable catch by Tyler. That might have saved 2 runs. And Andrew College strands 11 runners on base. And it's a 2-2 tie going to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. My favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers.
Bottom of the 6th inning. As Nicholas Sloan still in the game. And the batter is Kirk Stensrud, the pitcher. Sloan with the 0-1. And there's a ground ball right to the third baseman. He's got to throw off his back foot, but he does get the out. And now here comes Noah Jones. Jones is 1 for 2 today. And there's a ground ball right to the shortstop. The long throw, the stretch, and Jones beats it out for a single. Good base run in there by Noah Jones to beat out the throw. So here comes Landon Tyler with the go-ahead run at first. Sloan from the stretch. Jones is taken off, and that's a throw low, and that's a stolen base for Noah Jones. So we got the go-ahead run in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. And CVCC just trying to get those runs back. Sloan from the stretch. The 1-0. Popped up, shallow right. Underneath it is Fullerton making the catch. Jones thought about tagging. He's going to hold at second. And there's out number 2. And now here comes Caden Collier, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. Sloan's first pitch to Collier, and that hits him. So now the catcher, Silas Mason, will take his shin guards off, and he will come up to the plate. So runner at first and second with 2 outs. And Sloan's first pitch to Collier is high, ball 1. Sloan, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Wind is really starting to circulate. Here's the 1-1 to Mason. Swung on a miss. It's 1-2. Sloan, the 1-2 pitch. High drive, deep to center. Underneath it and making the catch is Nassau for the out. So CVCC strands 2 runners aboard. We played 6. It's all tied up at 2. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our. Without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Top of the 7th inning. And leading things off is Luke Turner. 1 for 3 in the game with a single and 2 strikeouts. Stensrud on to work the 7th, and that's in there for a strike. And that's popped up. Jones underneath it. Makes the catch for out number 1. Patrick Crosby will come up to the plate. He is 1 for 3 today. And then he grounds that one to Jolly. Jolly on his back foot throws across his body for the out. Quickly 2 down here in the 7th. And here comes Braden Simmons. Simmons 1 for 3 today. And then he lines that one to left. Right there making the catch is Fulmer, and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Stensrud. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tied up at 2. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back into CVCC. Bottom of the 7th inning. Top of the order coming up for the Pirates is Harrison Long. 1 for 3 today with a single and an RBI. Sloan still in the game, working the 7th. Correction, Jaden Lorette is in the game. This is 2nd inning of relief. That's going to be high and away. Ball 2, or ball 1. It's 1-1. Lorette delivers the 1-1. And that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Lorette from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. So Deuce is wild. 2-2-2. Actually, there's no outs. There's 2-2 pitch, and that is fouled back. Kind of jumped the gun there on the Deuce is wild. It's 2-2. No outs. Lorette, 2-2 pitch, just miss, and it runs the count full on the leadoff hitter, Harrison Long. We're live here at Howard Lake Field, the campus of CVCC. Pirates and Tigers coming at you. Payoff pitch, and that hit Long. That hit him, and he's going to be aboard. Go-ahead run is on base. And now Drew Jolly, he was reached base all 3 times. 2 walks, reached on an error, scored a run, and it's got 5 stolen bases. 5, yes, count them up. Lorette, Jolly pulls the bunt to Tim back, and it's 0-1. Or 1-0, rather. Trying to make sure to. Jolly takes a strike. It's 1-1. Jean-Pierre on deck. Jolly just trying to bunt that run over the runner. We're 2-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Jolly lays down a bunt, foul. Drew Jolly with a 1-2 count. Don't forget, the next homestand for CVCC will be this Saturday. Doubleheader, taking on Lawson State. And closing out the regular season on May the 3rd against Sneed State. Jolly takes bunt, strike 3. He pulled back. He thought it was a ball, but that is going to be strike 3. So with 1 out, Zach Jean-Pierre is going to come up to the plate. Jean-Pierre with a sac fly, grounded out and struck out. Does have an RBI. That was back in the 1st inning. And the pitch to Jean-Pierre is outside, ball 1. We appreciate everybody watching us on Facebook and on YouTube. The 1-0. Low and in the dirt, it's ball 2. As we got Harris County Stars Mill later tonight, 6 o'clock. Rick Beach on the call. And then Noah Shelton will be on the call for Calvary Brookstone as they're getting ready to square away in a 3-game series. We do have activity over in the bullpen for Andrew College. Just to remind everybody that this broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Kinetic Credit Union, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, Alabama Power, and Zaxby's. And, of course, special thanks to Chattahoochee Valley Community College for allowing us to be the official broadcast partner of CVCC Athletics. We do their men and women's basketball games and now softball and baseball. Been doing it for 2 years now. It's been a great partnership. Two-0 count to Jean-Pierre. And that's in there for a strike. Jean-Pierre would love to get a hold of one here. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 7th. Runner goes. And it looks like the hit and run was in play, and it's a 2-2 count. Lorette from the stretch. And the pitch, line to center. And underneath it and making the catch is Nassau for out number 2. Now Trey Fulmer is going to come up to the plate. Lorette from the stretch. Runner takes off. That's inside. The throw down. And got him. What a throw there by the catcher, Simmons, to gun down the runner. All right, we'll go to the top of the 8th. We're tied here at 2. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Top of the 8th. New pitcher on the mound for CVCC, and the 7th pitcher used in today's game is Jordan Oldknow. This is definitely those classic bullpen games. And Charlie Kapp going to lead things off for Andrew College. Oldknow gets him to swing at a pitch. A little low, and it's strike 1. Oldknow from the stretch, the 0-1, and that's in there for strike 2. Oldknow delivers the 0-2. Got him, strike 3. 3 straight pitches and a strikeout here in the 8th. Now, Andon Gray will come up to the plate. Old Nose pitch to Gray. That's in there. It's 0-1. And there's a little chopper. Right to Jolly. Throw to first. In time for the out. Jolly had to get to the shift to get to that one. It's out number 2. And now Gage Fullerton, who had the big base hit to tie it. He is 1 for 3 in the game. Grounded into a double play, flied out, but had the 2 RBI base knocker to tie this game at 2. That was in the 6th inning, and Fullerton, Oldno starts him off with a strike. Here's the 0-1. And that's strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 away, top of the 8th. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging at strike 3. 3 up, 3 down inning for Jordan Oldno. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's all tied up at 2 apiece. Right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Don't go anywhere. We got more baseball for you.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC has got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Welcome back here to CVCC, bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2 is the ball game. Trey Fulmer going to lead things off for the Pirates. Little different lineup today for Coach Vic. No Josh McDonald, no Travis Sauter, no Jack Bryson. Bryson just battling injuries, and I think McDonald just having a rest for a non-conference game. Getting ready for a big showdown against Lawson State. There's a long drive. That is deep. Going back, and that is dropped in the outfield, and Fulmer's got a double. It looked like it was a fantastic catch, but Zach Bowman dropped the ball. So Fulmer is aboard with a leadoff double. And now Davis Wells coming on to pinch hit. We might see a new pitcher. We do have activity over in the bullpen. We'll step aside as the new pitcher will get his warm-up tosses in. It's 2-2, bottom of the 8th. We'll be back after this. Welcome back here to CVCC. New pitcher on the mound is Logan Waldrip. Taking on Davis Wells on to pinch hit. The lefty comes in and checks Fulmer at second. And the first pitch to Wells is in there for a strike. Waldrip, the 0-1, showing bunt, pulling back, and it's 1-1. Noah Jones on deck. And here's the 1-1, showing bunt, and that's low, ball 2. Well, showing bunt again. The 2-1 pulls back, and it is ball 3. Wells just trying to get Fulmer over to third here in a 2-2 game. It's a 3-1 count to Wells. Waldrip. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. We got runners aboard at first and second, and now Noah Jones coming up. And if you're CVCC, do you bunt them over? You try to get both those runners in scoring position. I think so. Yeah, some of the fans agree with me. I love just the interaction with the. We are so close. You know, typically baseball games, the announcer's up in the press box. You'll never get to hear the announcer unless you got a radio. And then Jones bunts one foul, but that almost was hugging the line. It's 0-1. Waldrip from the stretch, checks Fulmer, fires the 0-1. Jones lays down a beauty, a bunt throw in time for the out, but Jones gets the job done and gets those runners over in scoring position with 1 out. And you talk about in the bottom of the 8th inning how important that is to get at least 1, possibly 2 runs across going into the 9th. That is going to be huge. And now Landon Tyler is coming up to the plate. Golden opportunity here for the Pirates. First pitch to Tyler is in there for a strike. Waldrip from the stretch. The 0-1. That's in there, strike 2. Good command of the fastball. Waldrip is ahead in the count to Landon Tyler. Waldrip delivers the 0-2. And that is fouled off into the woods. Get another fresh baseball, and that will be a lucky souvenir for anybody that can get over there to retrieve that. Waldrip fires the 0-2 to the plate and fouled back into the bullpen. Landon just getting anything close in the strike zone. Got to put the ball in play here with 1 out. Waldrip from the stretch, the 0-2, and got him swinging strike 3. What a pitch there by Waldrip. That's a huge out, and now there's 2 away. and Caden Collier coming up. What was impressive about those pitching sequence was Waltrip threw nothing but strikes. Good control. And that first pitch to Collier's in there for a strike. He has not had any problems with his control here in the 8th. Waltrip the 0-1. And that is strike 2. Waltrip fires away the 0-2, and that is fouled away. That is not going to be playable. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. Waltrip from the stretch. Fires away the 0-2. Just missed. It's ball 1. Waltrip working from the stretch. And the 1-2 to Collier is outside, ball 2. And that catcher's got to be careful because a wild pitch can score a run here too. He has got to protect. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the 2-2. High ball 3, and it runs the count full. You now really got to protect. Waltrip. The payoff pitch to Collier is low, ball 4. And that gets away from the catcher. And here comes a throw to the plate. And CVCC takes the lead. The wild pitch scoring the run. And Trey Fulmer gives Chattahoochee Valley the 3-2 lead. And now we got runners at the corners. And Silas Mason, the batter. Very important go-ahead run for CVCC as they will face Andrews College in the 9th. Back to the top of the order for CVCC if Silas Mason can get aboard. And that pitch is high, ball 1. Trey Fulmer, who led it off with a double and was able to score a run on the wild pitch. And Mason right to the shortstop. He bobbles it. He's got to hurry under, throws it, and he's safe. And another run scores, and CVCC now leads 4-2. I'm talking, this is a game of inches. As Collier beats the throw to the bag. As the shortstop, Gray, bobbles it, underhands it to the second baseman, and Collier was able to beat it, giving CVCC the 4-2 lead. And it's back to the top of the order for the Pirates. Insurance runs coming at a premium. CVCC would love to continue this 2-out rally. If the score holds up, it will be a save situation for whoever comes out in the 9th. This is a non-conference game against Andrew College. The Tigers out of Cuthbert, Georgia, which is down in Randolph County, about an hour south of Columbus. Hugging that southeast border over there by Blakely County and Eufaula, that area over near Alabama. Waltrip, first pitch to Long, fouled away. It is 0-1. Got a busy sports night. Of course, the Columbus Clean Stones taking on the Pensacola Blue Wahoos at 7:05 at Synovus Park. Hawks taking on the Magic in the play-in game for the 7th seed. The 0-1 to Long, that's in the dirt. And a good stop by Simmons, and it's 1-1. Braves taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Got a busy schedule on Georgia Alabama Sports Live with high school baseball. The 1-1 line drive. That is going to be at the fence. Another run scores. CVCC getting 2 runs to the plate, and they have broken it open here in the 8th. It is now 6-2 as Harrison Long picks up his 3rd RBI of the game, and that is going to be a 2 RBI double for Long. As CVCC has put up 4 runs here in the 8th. And now here comes Drew Jolly. Definitely what the doctor ordered. They wanted to try to get as many runs possible in a 2-2 tie. And that's in there for a strike. What's impressive is they're doing this without some of their big bats in the lineup, including Josh McDonald, Jack Bryson, Travis Sauter, all out of the lineup. It's a 1-1 count to Jolly. Low and away. It's 2-1. Waltrip fires away the 2-1, and that is fouled. So deuces are wild once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. CVCC leading 6-2 over Andrew College. This was a 2-2 ball game going into the bottom of the 8th. And there's a changeup, swung on a miss, got him. Strike 3, but not before CVCC puts up 4 runs on the board. Last chance for Andrew College. We go to the 9th. It's now 6-2, CVCC on top. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
To the ninth we go, and on to not necessarily close out this game. It won't be a save situation, but it's Pearson Little. He's going to work the top of the order for Andrew College, Al Nassau, who's been on base 3 times today with a double, 2 walks, and 2 stolen bases. And the lefty gets ready, fires the first pitch in the saw. That's high for a ball. Don't forget, we got a doubleheader this Saturday. CVCC is going to be taking on Lawson State back here. Georgia Alabama Sports Live will be on the call. That is outside ball 2. And that's going to be low, ball 3. And it's a 3-0 count to Al Nassau. Little lets one fly down the middle. It's 3-1. Talk about insurance runs there in the 8th inning. 4 runs, and that is going to be inside ball 4. That's the 3rd time today that Nassau has been on base. He's had 3 walks. You talk about a guy that, as far as sabermetrics, you get on base 4 times. That's what some of these major league teams are really looking for. They're just looking for somebody to get on base. Zach Bowman now coming up to the plate. Little starts him off with the ball. Lefty on lefty matchup. And there's a ground ball right to the second baseman. Throw to first. What a play there by Jones. It looked like it was a sure base hit, but when you're up by 4 runs, you don't even need to worry about the double play. You just need to focus on the out, and he gets a big out there here in the 9th. The runner advances over to second, but I don't think CVCC is even worried about that runner. They just want to get out of here with a win. And Jack Quick is going to come up to the plate. He's walked twice. And Little steps off the mound. CVCC trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Trying to get some confidence going into the series with Lawson State this weekend. Little, first pitch to Quick, inside for a ball. Little checks the runner, fires away the 1-0, in there for a strike, it's 1-1. Little from the stretch, checks Nassau, fires away, high, fly ball, that is deep. That looks like it is going to be a home run. A 2-run shot that cleared the scoreboard, and Andrew College has cut it to 2. It is now 6-4. And Jack Quick, that quickly got out of here in a hurry. No pun intended. But a 2-run shot. And now with the bases empty, Luke Turner coming up. Coach Chandler going to have a talk with his pitcher. And now it will be a save situation for whoever comes in. So we'll step aside as the pitcher, as the 9th pitcher used in this game. He's going to come on to try to save it for CVCC. We'll be back. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. All right, welcome back to CVCC. The new pitcher on the mound for the Pirates is Zach John Pierre. He's going to be facing Luke Turner. One away. CVCC up 6-4 over Andrew College. First pitch to Turner is low and in the dirt. And there's going to be a fly ball right to Tyler for the second out. And so they are two away. And Andrew College is down to their last out. And that's going to be Patrick Crosby trying to keep this game alive here in the top of the ninth. And that's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Zach John Pierre would get credit for a save if he's able to get this out. Here's the 0-1. And that just missed. It's 1-1. Don't forget, later today on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we've got Harris County Stars, Mill, Calvary, Brookstone. And that's outside. It's 2-1. Jean-Pierre, the 2-1. Ground ball. Right to the first baseman. Tags the bag. And McDonald, who came in to play first, closes it out. Zach John Pierre gets the save. McDonald with the last out. And CVCC wins this one by a final score of 6-4 over Andrew College. And they snap a 5-game win streak, or 5-game losing streak. They go to 16-26 overall, 8-9 at home. In the upcoming schedule, they have got Lawson State on Thursday on the road, home against Lawson State on Saturday. Then they take on Northwest Shoals on the 26th. And then they will close out the regular season with a 4-game series against Snead State. Well, that will do it here from CVCC. The Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game was Harrison Long, as he had a single and a double and 3 RBIs. And he was the one who broke open that 2-2 tie to make it 4-2. And CVCC was able to put up 4 runs in that 8th inning. They were able to hold on and get the victory over Andrew College. So for Richard Holdridge saying so long here from CVCC, once again, your final score. The Chattahoochee Valley Community College Pirates 6, Andrew College 4. We'll see you next time here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Have a great rest of your afternoon, everybody.